Hi, this is Mark Burnett, and today we're making deviled eggs the way I like them. Check it out. First of all, let's go over the ingredients. We've got vinegar. You're going to need a small amount of that. We have Worcestershire sauce. We have salt, Hellmann's mayonnaise. I do the real one, not the light one there. Well shaken mustard, garlic powder, onion powder, red pepper, now that's ground red pepper, paprika, it's optional, and a little bit of chives. So, the first thing we need is some hard-boiled eggs. Now, we'll assume you know how to hard-boiled eggs. To do those, if you don't, we use the Cuisinart hard-boiled egg thing. It looks like an egg, right? But it's kind of neat. It's got a little holder here for 8 eggs, 7 eggs, and it's got a little dome. You just simply put the eggs in there, you put some water in there, put the lid on, hit the button, boom. As soon as it beeps, it's done. And you get perfectly good hard-boiled eggs, just like we came out with here. And if you see, if I cut this, okay, maybe my cameraman can come down here. So we've cut one egg piece here in half. You can see it's nice and cooked. We don't, sometimes you get that green in there, that sometimes happens. Okay, and we're just getting it in halves. So the first thing is to get the yolks out. Pop them out. Pretty easy. Here's one with a little bit of that green tin. I think that's caused by like a sulfur or an acid inside the egg. Just a chemical reaction, not a biggie. Okay, and again, I'm just halving these and popping them out, bending them slightly if they won't come out, just like that. So we got like 7 here. It'll be pretty easy. And this one didn't get everything out. Now you want to make sure if it does that, you kind of get in here and get that egg out of there, because somebody's going to get that one and they're going to, whoa, what's that? You know, kind of a solid taste to it. Now the other thing we do to keep down on shells, we put them in here in a water bath, and that'll usually, if you mess up with the shells or anything, that will get the shells out, or the shells. Okay, this is our last one here. Okay. Now that we've got that, like that, we're going to take just a fork, grab a fork here real quick, and then we're just going to chop this up. And we really want to get it into fine little pieces. This might take just a little while, because it's you don't want big chunks in here at all. If you stir it, you're going to find out where the big chunks are. And again, just keep mashing it. I like mashed potatoes. It's just mashed eggs. And again, I'm doing my best here just to try to get that. You might get some that are a little rubbery or something. Sometimes that happens. And if they're real bad, you can take out some pieces that would cause that. But the main point is to get that. So we're looking about like that. Now if you shake it, again, a lot of these bigger pieces are going to come to the top. You can just scrape it over to the side. And the finer this is, the smaller the pieces, the more it's going to mix with your ingredients. Okay, once we're at that stage, again, we got 7 eggs here. We'll make sure that's good. Okay, we're going to go with the dry ingredients first. And the reason we do that, if you go with the wet ingredients, it's not going to mix as well. So our 2 major ingredients here, or three I should say, are the garlic, the onion powder, and the red pepper. So the garlic, all this stuff is going to be really seasoned to taste. Season the taste. Say that right. For the garlic, and then the onion, Again, I'm just sprinkling it on here. It really depends on the blend you're going to get. These flavors are all going to blend together. I'm mixing it a little. I'm going to put a little more onion powder in here now that I've mixed it. Just a little. And we'll go red pepper. Red pepper you want to go real light on. So as you can see here, I'm really not trying to make it a spicy egg. I just want it to have a little hint of that heat. Just a happy little hint. Okay. And after you get done with that, it's going to look like that in the dried form. Okay, it might have gotten a little more powdery, which is good. Again, if you want a stronger flavor there, add any one of those a little more. Okay, now we're down to mayonnaise, which is really next on our list. We're going to get a spoon here. And we're going to put in our mayonnaise. Now I've got a pretty good sized heaping spoon there for 7 eggs. And a second one. So that's 2. Let's see what that looks like. Start mixing it. Again here, you know, how much mayonnaise taste do you want versus egg? That looks like about right. Again, you can cut down a little bit if you want. I'm going to use this bigger spoon here. Away from the fork now that I've got this mixing. Okay, and you see what kind of consistency we've gotten to now. Okay, almost like a warm butter. That's what we want. Now, mustard, again, shake it first so you don't get that mustard water in there, and a few drops, not a lot. Again, how much mustard taste do you want? Worcestershire sauce, or as Bugs Bunny calls it, Worcestershire. Okay, and a little of that, not a lot. Again, it's a hint of a flavor here. Vinegar, small amount, really not much. Probably a 1/4 teaspoon there. Salt. Okay, and then we have chives and paprika. We're going to wait on those. And then we're going to mix this. And you can see now it's really mixed up really nice. It holds, and that's what we want. And we'll do a taste test. Tastes good. It's real good. Now, if it was off a little bit, if you want a little more vinegary taste to it or a little more salt or whatever, you can add that at this point. Remember that these flavors are going to blend. People typically make these for a party or something like that. So those flavors are going to blend together as it sits. Okay, right now they're not as blended as maybe we would want them. Now the next stage of this, actually Mark Jr. is going to do here in a minute. And we're going to put this little egg holder here. It's a nice little thing that my wife got up on eBay. We'll put this up here. Now sometimes if these eggs are misshapen or got too much, you know, sometimes I'll cut the back out a little just to give a little more place for that yolk we're going to put back in the sec. Again, throwing these together fast as we can here. And there's our shells. Okay, so our shells are all ready. Set those aside. And then we're just going to take a bag. And in this case, we're not doing anything fancy, although you could. We're just going to use this as a way to get our ingredients into the egg. But you can get a fancy filler if you want. Or you can just top it off, take your spoon and top it real quick on one of these. I'll show you that real quick here. So you can just do it like that. And do it back like that, kind of off to the side, and you got it. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. Okay. I don't know if that's going to stay in there. Here's one of the fancier clippy things we'll try to put in here. There. Hopefully that'll stay in there. just going to have to hold on to it when we use it. Okay, so we've got a little OB depositor there. Yeah, it's eggs, right? I'm going to scoop this in. Okay. Again, these deviled eggs should be put in the refrigerator and left in there. You don't really want them out. Keep in mind they have mayonnaise, they have eggs, so they have things that can, if you let them long enough, grow bacteria. Pretty easy. Certainly egg and mayonnaise are basically really good at that. Okay, now that we're down to this stage, let's clean this off. Like that. We got our bag. I'm going to squeeze this down. And there we go. And we got to be careful of this. We got to hold it like that so this will come out. And then we can make some fancy designs in here. And we'll let JR do those. So we'll switch cameras in. Okay. So here we are. JR here is adding in the deviled egg ingredients. Good. You can put more. You can put more. You're a little thick. You want it to be good. Yeah. So you can make these as any design you want to. Okay. Alright, we gotta pause here and make sure. Okay, so here you go. You can see we're putting these in here. And you may find that you miscalculate. You have a little too much yolk left over, so you just go back up and doctor on top of them. You can put these in a little heavier. Okay, so I'm going to continue on here. We're almost got them all. You can see that one we did with the spoon. It's not as pretty, but it's just as tasty. Okay, then at this point, if we have any here that we've sort of missed, or maybe haven't filled quite as well, we can go in here and fill them up. This one right here, we can fill back a little more, because we still got yolk here. Okay. You want to use all this in the bag here. A little bit more. And that's about all we got. Now their eggs are this way. I mean, they look pretty good. We can serve them like that if we want. Or you can take some nice fresh chives or whatever you'd like. I've got some dry ones here. I'm just going to put on a couple. Give you kind of an idea what that looks like. You could decorate them up different ways. Sometimes taking the middle of an olive, that nice red color. Small slices and putting them on top gives them a nice colorful look without really changing the flavor much. Paprika works fairly well because you can give just a little dusting of paprika. Now I did not use pickle relish. A lot of people use pickle relish on their deviled eggs, and you can add that, but for me it's just not a flavor that belongs in there. It overpowers the whole thing and it doesn't taste as well, I don't think. But if you like it, if you like some pickle relish, you just add in a spoon of pickle relish, mix it in, or more, and it becomes like every other deviled egg out there at the store with that flavor. Here, you're getting more of that raw point of the idea of having the egg. You taste the egg yolk, you taste the vinegar, you taste the mayonnaise and stuff, but it's nicely blended. So this is Mark and Mark Burnett Jr. Deviled eggs. Hope you enjoy. We will.